Welcome to the Aging Parent Playbook, where we navigate caregiving with clarity, confidence, and less chaos. I'm Dr. Barbara Sparacino, and each week we'll talk about the emotional, medical, legal, and family realities of caring for aging parents. Because caregiving shouldn't cost you your family. Quick reminder, this podcast is for educational purposes only, and it is not legal, medical, or financial advice. Every family situation is unique, so consult the appropriate professionals for your circumstances. Now let's talk about something almost every family experiences: conflict. Caregiving doesn't create family dysfunction, it exposes it. And if you've ever thought, why am I the only one doing everything? Why is my sibling criticizing but not helping? Why does this feel like we're 12 years old again? You're not alone. When a parent starts declining, three things happen. Old childhood roles resurface, stress skyrockets, communication collapses. The responsible one becomes resentful, the distant one becomes defensive, the emotional one becomes reactive. And suddenly, it's not just about mom, it's about 30 years of unresolved dynamics. Caregiving becomes the pressure cooker. There's also something no one prepares you for: the identity shift. You're no longer just the child. You're the coordinator, the advocate, the decision maker. And your parent? They may resist you, not because they don't trust you, but because accepting help feels like losing independence. Most adult children push harder at this stage, and that's where conflict explodes. There's a very specific way to approach this transition that reduces resistance dramatically. Most people never learn it. Here's the truth about sibling fights during caregiving. It's rarely about the task. It's about expectations that were never spoken. If roles aren't clearly defined early, resentment grows quietly. If money isn't transparent, suspicion grows. If meetings aren't structured, arguments repeat. Most families are operating emotionally. Few are operating strategically. And that difference determines whether siblings stay connected or stop speaking. Inside my conflict resolution framework, I walk families through a very simple structure that prevents 80% of these blow-ups before they happen. But it requires intentional planning, not reaction. Let's talk about hard conversations, finances, living arrangements, declining health. Most people either avoid them or bulldoze through them. Both approaches create resistance. There's actually a language shift that completely changes how parents respond. It's subtle, but powerful. And once families learn it, conversations soften almost immediately. After seeing so many families fracture unnecessarily, I created the conflict resolution course. Not to eliminate conflict, because that's unrealistic, but to prevent unnecessary damage. Inside, I teach how to transition from child to leader without triggering defensiveness, how to structure family meetings so they don't derail, how to define roles before resentment builds, how to handle unequal sibling contribution without exploding. It's practical, structured, calm. You can purchase it individually for $47, or it's included in the full Aging Parent Care Bundle for $150. Because caregiving is emotional, but it requires strategy. Here's what I want you to remember. You're not crazy for feeling frustrated. You're not selfish for wanting help. And you're not wrong for wanting structure. Caregiving doesn't have to cost you your sibling relationships, but it won't fix itself. Each week, I'll be talking about one pillar of the Aging Parent Plan: legal protection, conflict resolution, caregiving strategy, and health optimization for burnout prevention, so you can build confidence step by step. If this episode made you think of a sibling, share it with them. Because the earlier you align, the easier this journey becomes. Until next time, you've got this. Take care.